Indefinite integrals. This will be the building block of being good at integrals. And so this is the first thing you might learn in integrals. So what is the integral? The integrals are just antiderivatives, right? All right. So take an integral of this function where it says the integral, what's the antiderivative of x to the square root of 3? Well, that is just going to equal to x to the square root of 3 plus 1, all divided by the square root of 3 plus 1, plus c. Now, this plus c stands for any constant. So this could be any constant because remember, the derivative of a constant is just 0. So whenever you're dealing with indefinite integrals, which means that there's no values above the integral sign on the top or the bottom, those are indefinite integrals, and these go to infinity, right? So you're always going to attach on a plus c whenever you're dealing with indefinite integrals. How about this one? The integral of 9 x to the 7th dx. Well, this is just 9. And just like when we're taking the derivatives, right, and we have some constant multiplied by the thing that we're actually going to take the derivative of, we say that is just a constant multiplied by the derivative of that thing. And it doesn't change from the integral. So this will just be 9, which will keep the constant, x to the 8 over 8 plus c. And that will be your derivative. How about this one? The integral of 2x minus x to the negative 3. Well, again, the first thing I'm going to do here is simplify this. So this will be 2x minus, well, this is 2x to the 1. All right. So this will be minus 2x to the negative 2. All right. Dx, right? Because whenever we're doing the same basis, we add our exponents when we're multiplying, right? So that will be a negative 2. And then now I could just take the integral simply. So the integral of this will just be the integral of 2x is just x squared, right? Or x, or 2 times x squared over 2, right? Minus, again, I keep the constant. This is 2 times x to the negative 1 over negative 1 plus c. And our integral here, these could cancel out. All right, so this is just x squared plus 2x to the negative 1 plus c. And as you could see here, because I bring this negative here, so negative times a negative is just a positive, right? And then because I don't like negative exponents, I could rewrite this as x squared plus 2 over x plus c. And that will be my integral. How about this one? The integral of 2x dx. Well, again, kind of just did it in the first problem, but this is just 2 times x squared over 2 plus c. We could cancel these out. And this is wrong notation because I'm already taking integrals, so this shouldn't be there. And that's just going to simplify the x squared plus c. Now here's the big takeaway. The reason why I do this simple problem is because they're the building blocks. Here's a takeaway. Here's this formula that you should know. The integral of x to the n dx is equal to x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c, where n cannot be negative 1. This is the big picture I want you to take away. This is the big picture. You got to remember this formula in order to be successful in taking integrals. And it's the same thing we did here. Integral of 2x is just going to equal to, we keep the constant, that is just going to equal to 2 times x, 1 plus 1, because remember, all right, and we could kind of simplify on this page again. The integral of 2x dx. Well, the n plus 1 divided by the x to the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 rule says that the integral of this is just 2, and maybe I should put a 1 here. This is a 2 times x to the 1 plus 1 divided by n. Now remember, n is this whole thing right here. All right, n is this whole thing right here. So your n here, well, maybe I should say this is my n, right? Because it's 2x to the n. So your n here is 1. So this is your n. So this is just n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Well, again, n is 1 in this case, so this is just 1 plus 1, right? And we could simplify this to a case where this is just 2x squared plus 2 plus c. We always got to have attach on the plus c whenever we do an indefinite. All right, and that just simplifies the x squared plus c. So this is the big takeaway from this lesson here. Know this formula.